Welcome everyone. A little bit later this morning I was doing some work. Work, you may say? Yeah, trying to figure out which is actually the best way to get XP. And I think I figured it out. It's running bosses. There is just no two ways about it. It's about running bosses. So, this morning we have still got some boss mats. We're going to be running, I think we'll run Zir first because we got the most of these. Then we'll run some Belial, Harbinger, not so many of these, Andariel and Duriel. Then we'll run some Osmodan. But first things first, let's get rid of these from Lord Seer. Now the minor bosses, it seems as though they're given about 4. Let me check. What did I just say? About 4,000 mil per kill. Though obviously the best way to get this done is to have mats. You can do it without the mats. Perfectly acceptable. It just takes a lot longer to sort of get in and out again. On average it takes about a minute to get in, to make the kill, to get out, to restart, and to get back in again and to kill. It takes about a minute. Some are a little faster, some are a little slower. The fastest I've found is Urivar, by a long way. And one of the slowest is Andariel. Although the Harbinger is a close second, because it takes a long time to get there and from the entrance. And this takes quite a bit of time from the entrance as well. But the Urivar by far is the quickest if you don't have mats. Now, killing the boss is actually pretty damn quick. And you can pick up some. I'm going to run around to make sure I've got the and literally this is way quicker than running pits. Oh, we must have, there he is. Minor Belial. Now if you don't want to keep and to salvage, just throw them down here or somewhere. But I think I'm going to salvage them today. Yesterday I didn't salvage. I think today I might salvage. Looks like Belial's coming up again. It's twice in a row. And there he goes again. Easy peasy. And so for My hand is cold. So for every single one of these boss kills, and you see how fast the actual kills are, right? So if they're not 2GA, they're going in the bin. And run around. The build I've got right now, the finger-friendly Auradin, I am literally just right-click. That's it. It's the simplest, tankiest build in the game. And it takes all bosses down with ease. Right. I've only got two wolves up. Take these while he gets summoned. Kaboom. And there he goes. Open. Summon. This is by far the quickest method to get XP. You can do this without the XP, without summoning mats, but it's just a lot quicker. Oh, there must be Belial coming again. It's just a lot quicker with mats. So your XP per hour is way better. Okay, I'm full. I'll go back to town. You know, this takes a little time, so if you don't want to actually do this, temerity. Yeah, I'm thinking about how to actually optimize the build even a little better. I am going to make a build that's got no mythics, see how that runs. The only thing that it's absolutely necessary for really this to run is the gloves. This one's Dawnfire. Okay, so I'm all done up in mats. No more mats for Zir. So let's just go and there was a treasure bag. Where did I get the treasure bag? I have no idea where I got that treasure bag. So there was some of these dropped. Right, so next on the list, oops. I've only got one run of this. So I think the Harbinger will be the next, and he's down in the Hantu. So you get about roughly 6,000 XP for every kill of the senior bosses. The senior bosses I would suggest, is the Harbinger, Duriel, and Dariel. But you see how long this takes to actually get in here? So if you're running without mats, which is, you can run these without mats, you still get the XP. There, Harbinger's done. Open. Then, because it takes a long time to get in, you can pick all these up as you're waiting for them to reappear. And there he goes. The kill itself, 10 seconds. The kill itself doesn't actually matter too much because it takes so long to get appeared in the first place. You know, you're bettering your time by literally 5-10 seconds at most. Okay, so that took a little bit of time to arrive. Down he goes. Okay, I'll get back. No, I was just going to say I'll get back to town and salvage this little lot. But I'll do that after this kill. I'm guessing I'll be a bit full up. Yeah, full up. I was always looking for some upgrades to what I've got right now. Just grab these, and we've still got because there are only 3 hearts needed, so that's like 20 runs. The only thing I would say about XP farming this way, it's a wee bit boring. But it is the most efficient. And here he comes again. And down he goes. And he comes. Open. And then we can pick these up, and by the time he comes out from his bed, he says, "What do you wake me up for?" go clockwise this time. Seconds to kill. Not too shabby. But I think what I'm going to do, I have quite a number of treasure breaches and the armory one. So if anybody wants to run some to town before I open. We can do some community runs. It's nice and easy. Strength, Herald of Zakarum. If that had been a 50%er, that would have been better. 3.8. No. We'll do one more set of 5, I think. So pick these up. Seconds maybe, because you can only start killing him when his health bar appears. There must be, yeah, there he is, big bad guy himself. Just die already. Come on, where's the... That took a long time to arrive. Let's take the scenic route. Okay, we'll just open the box, then we'll head back to town. Do something different.
I forge more than horseshoes and nails.
Judgment? Nah. Okay, we'll put our you know what I don't have. Now I have the purified Asmodan, the purified Belial, the purified Andariel, but I don't have the purified Duriel. So I need to go and World boss in 18 minutes. Okay, well the Helltides is just finished, so it'll start in about 4 minutes. I can go and run a couple of Asmodan. And we could do a little work on the non-mythic version of the build. I need to get a hold of a sort of half decent chest piece. Stupid me, I actually deleted all my, or salvaged all my chest pieces the other day. Excuse me. Okay, so I'll just go a little bit left to here. Not really in any danger of being killed. Get back into the fight. So I've got 11,900 life and 11,900 fortified. So it's a wee bit big. And your fortify goes down before, should go down before your life. But I'm just looking at it here, and it seems as though the life gets a little bit hit before the fortify. Go figure. And because I'm not using any faith whatsoever right now, it's literally just standing here, not even casting any of the. Oh, the fortifies went down a wee bit there. Look. There he is. Dead as a dodo. Corrupted tongue of Asmodai. What have I got most of? Belial. So we'll take Belial. These cost I think 5 to open. Okay, so we'll run around for a wee while. Now, I did get my divine gifts all up to 5, and the last one was Asmodai. How did I do that, you say? Well, I went to normal and done AFK for a couple of hours. Well, more than a couple of hours, actually. You are relying on somebody summoning. And sometimes I did. But there was a couple of times that I was maybe cooking or doing laundry or something like this, and I went AFK, and eventually, it took a couple of days altogether, but eventually I got the 5, which is what I am right now. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same again. Let's have a look. So my hand is a little chilly this morning. It's a little cold sitting on the balcony. Oh, where am I? I'm getting back into the fight. You know what? Because my auras will still be doing some damage. Stop it. My auras will still be doing some damage, the passives. Which is, to be honest with you, what I'm relying on is just the passives, the skill tree, and the Paragon board. I changed my Paragon board just a wee bit again, just to see how it works. Right now it's working quite nicely, but I think I'll take some ventures into the pit and see what happens. Because what I do, I changed the preacher board to control. Before it was resplendence after casting an aura skill, but it's not really doing that much for me. So I changed it across to control, which is about the crowd control stuff. So we'll see if that actually helps a little bit in the pit. And again, my goal is not to press any buttons whatsoever. So that's why you see I've got 0 skills on the bar. Essence of Duriel. Okay, let's just go back to town just for a get rid of this, whatever it is I picked up. Oh, there was a, that must have been a whisper. Collection of amulets, because we're all after a good amulet. Right, so adjudicated. That's, these are all single GAs. That's a. I mean, you say it's a 60%, but the rest of it is rubbish. Oh, there's an upgrade. Crouch controlling an enemy is chance to do resolve. Two Ahus dropped. Not a lot dropped actually. I'm a little surprised. The other day it was dropping crazies. Legendary activity keys and infernal compasses. Layer keys. Maybe change this across to layer keys. Because we are actually, I suppose we're what we're really after is the Nightmare Dungeons. Well, now I'm vulnerable. Not really making a huge difference to me, is it? Not yet, anyway. So you see these little blue cracks, that's you can tell when you're vulnerable because of these little blue cracks. So I've got a little bit of poison there. But not even close to being anywhere in trouble. Done. Corrupted Tongue of Asmodan. Belial. Okay. And there's the Nightmare Dungeons coming. A couple of 2 GAs there. Wow, this is the yeah. Okay, so that's what you do. That's a ton of... Is there any stop to it? Okay, so I'm sort of full up here. Right. That's escalation. Refinement. I can pick the rest of these. Wow. Okay. Lethal shrines, materials, gold, channeling, triples. God, there's still a ton of them here. Bubbles, last wave, gold, forgotten wisdom, bubbles. Forgotten wisdoms you have to sort of keep a couple at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sheesh. Alright, so now I'll head back to town. They can kill. I'll come back and do this later. So I know that none of these are the treasure breaches, and I know there's not the mythic. So let's have a look in here. Put the 2 GAs away. Strength, faith, attack speed, overpower, cold, life and kill. The rest of them, no real need. Right, let's take a look at these. Wisdom, gold, file. I like going through them one by one, like this. So I don't really make any mistakes. Okay. Right, so I got 5. I've got 20. I need to run some of these. Because there are chances of mythics there. But I got that means I got 5 on that single run. Okay, and I've still got all these to pick up and go salvage. Because these ones I know we've already looked at, so I know that they're no good for me. I keep 1 forgotten wisdom, which I need to run. And that's the world boss. suppose I could keep one of them. It's a forgotten wisdom. World boss in 2 minutes. There he is. So if anybody wants some runs of these mythics, just drop me a line. We can get a group together. We the only ones? So far. No. There they all are. Begins in 1 minute. So are people wanting to run some pets? Belial, Duriel, Lord Seer, yeah. It's barely worthwhile running the hordes this season. My divine favour is almost there. Wonder who it is this time. I tell you what, I am going to put on some rice. I'll be back in a minute. You just watch this. Oh, I missed the fight. And it was Asmodan. My nose. Still much better than I was the other day. It's getting better every day. So what do we grab here? Walkrans. Helm. Oh, there's an upgrade. Resolve is increased by 2. Life damage. I think we can just say goodbye to them. Now I'm running gain 1 to skills every. I'm just wondering if something else might be a little bit better. I wonder if I could try this. It's not going to add anything to my but I think I need to yeah, it's all stuff that is a possibility.
There's power in the stone. Come along. Shine on, my friend.
I think I'll do it that way. Right, let's run 1. So we need to make sure that we actually look at every nook and cranny. Ah, there's a great shrine, that's nice. That should mean there's a goblin or 2 arrive. See the little goblin out above my head. That's going on. Ah, I see one back here. Will I get there in time? Yes. It waited for me. Yeah, another one. That's okay. Some neat iron. That was better than he expected. Thank you very much. So now to the other side to grab the other animus. There's another one. But we just have to make sure that the XP well is not this side, and it isn't. So we have to go and do the other half. Now, could I get more damage out of this build? Yeah, no doubt at all. But it's doing everything I needed to do, and it's simple. Where's this XP well? Because I don't suffer from any finger pain, joint pain, or anything like this. Because it's literally a 0 button build. I hold down my right click to move around, and that, look at it, just, oh well, never mind. Some additional XP. Because this season, the way that you'll get to 300 is by running a lot of bosses, and this kills bosses in about 2 or 3 seconds. Boom, 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 done. And reality speaks is that's all you need. You can run a pit 99, and you're only getting about the same amount of XP as running a boss that you can kill in a minute. And to run a pit 99, well, for me on this build, it takes about, I think it was about 6 minutes. So I could kill 6 bosses in the same time. You might be able to get through a 99 in 2 minutes, but that means you've still got 2 bosses. So it's double the XP for the same time. This is why I'm not too sort of worried about making this build the absolute super duper greatest right now. Maybe this will change when... Alright, so let's have a look at these. Not really needing... Should we keep the cold resistant? Maybe armor actually might be better. Faith percent. I'm not needing any faith. Not for how I am running right now. Doesn't look as though nothing wants to... Okay, let's have a look at the other one. This is GA to faith per second. What can I get here? I can get armor. Just try another couple. +1 to aura skills. No. Okay, never mind. Okay, so
See some steel you need.
what I will do for tempering, see if I can get a GA on armor. And we did. That's how we get a GA, by the way. You just keep re-rolling and eventually it will run into a GA. Anything above 350. And there we go. So the GA is 5 to 5. So let's see, which do I think is maybe better? Strength, armor, faith, fortified gen, max life, max resources, fortified, cold resist. Let's try this one first. The other armor would be better. Although fortified gen, no. Yeah. Right, so what I'm thinking about doing, you see, just is replace. I can't replace the Dawnfire. The Dawnfire is really necessary for this build. But 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go sanctify them, see what sort of unusual things that we get. Now, wait. Yes, so, right, we need to make sure that we've got, so the golden hour on that, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna try this. Execute non-bosses with less than 15%. Might get me through the scrap a little bit quicker. Disobedience, I'm okay with that. But I'm thinking maybe Juggernaut. Because I'm not doing any evade. Again, another 600 armor. But is there a different one that I could maybe use as a defensive? I'm not going to be an arbiter form. I've got disobedience on the helm. Maybe this judging an enemy, because Holy Light's active instead judges enemies. and that should be working. But what it means is that I will be pressing the Holy Light Aura. So I've got everything to 25. I have the right aspects on the gear. I have the right so-so-ish okay stuff on the gear. So let's sanctify. 120 all stats, not too shabby. .5 total armor. That's okay. New legendary power. Casting an ultimate increases your damage. I'm not going to be casting any ultimates. New legendary power. Lucky hit to heal. But that's okay. So let's give this a go.
Yes, I have those. That came about nicely.
Alright, so paint all skills. Now this will not be as powerful. For sure.
Greetings. Who shall I go for?
But we'll have a go. But it doesn't mean I'm going to have to be casting the Holy Light. So see, my toughness is way down. Armor at 57, life at 5-6. Well, this doesn't look too shabby. Well, we can do this relatively easy. So the armor is significantly higher. Let's have a look in the pit, see what happens in there. Try a maybe not a 79, but well, why not? Just try a 79, see how it happens. We know where we were with the mythics. I do need to make sure I've got some bottles. Okay, well it's not as powerful. This is true. So it's not getting through these as quickly, but it's still getting through them. So guys, This build works with no mythics. And we'll definitely have a bit of that because it's going to help. But we'll see what happens with the boss as well. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised. You'd have a look against the boss, see how it performs against the boss. Now obviously I do have a bit more Paragon points than maybe some people that are sort of just starting. But it gives you an idea that this build is still viable even if you don't have mythics. It just doesn't quite go as fast. And you do have to press the Holy Light Aura, which is a wee bit different to how I run the mythic version. Okay. There we go. Done, done, and done. And we had a Paragon point to put in. Now we changed the last board across to control, so that my last board is the preacher, and I changed this across to control because what did I have in before? Honed Judicator. No, Resplendent. I had Resplendence in here before, which gave me the magic notes, which is the attack speed. But the reality is that I think here, that with control, is because we do quite a lot of crowd control damage, crowd control. So I think overall this might actually be a better glyph for that board. Right, let's try that one more time. Yeah, we do need to press the holy light aura, so we need to keep half an eye on this, making sure that we actually do press it. If we were running this skill, we could probably, but we're running no skills. We're just running the auras. Damn powerful. I'm liking it. it's a little departure because I'm having to press the Holy Light Aura. But I'm okay with that. This is definitely okay. But for sure, not as tanky. I am getting a bit of damage here. Not bad. Okay, well, I think that's sort of point proved that this can be a viable build even if you don't have any mythics. The only thing that you do need is the Dawnfire. Okay, let's run have this so it synergizes with the Holy Light. Then we have Edgemaster in here, and again, this is useless to me right now, but it's got attack speed on it, which is good. Crit strike chance, casting a Valor skill, and here it was all stats. Here was gain primary, fantastic. They're not shabby, but they're not best in slot by a long way. And yet, as you see, it still can do all T4 relatively easily. So the starter board I've got Diminish. Then I went up and got the Castle. And Challenger is in the Castle. Then I came across and had Relentless with Spirit. And these last two boards I've changed around a few times. But these last two boards were based on a build by Mippy. I have the Beacon board with, I put Exploit in here, giving damage to Vulnerable. And for the last board I've got Preacher. And I've just put in Control. Before I had Relentless, but I think Control actually gives me a little bit better damage. So that's the build. Not too shabby. But that was just a sort of have an idea of could it be possible, so that what I'm gonna do, I don't want any possibility of getting them trashed. Now this is a stronger build. No unsocket.
Fashion this into something exquisite.
See, I have Doombringer on here, and the reason I put Doombringer on, oh heavens. Right, we have one active summon, and then I'll skill points, travel 50 meters, and summon some wolves. Oh, a sneeze coming on. Oh, excuse me. And I will put these in my armory. Right, so take my medicine. So I think I have another ring. I could use trumpet. Maybe have a look for a wonder if that would work with the holy light. But then that would mean I need to cast, and I'm trying not to cast. I could take a look at this. Don't want arbiter form. And I do want to keep as much attack speed as possible. So my attack speed right now is a bit low. Yeah, if I do attack speed in here. In fact, then I take a couple of the attack speeds. So I'll put the one with gem in here. I could actually, if to bump up my attack speed. This is my nearest and dearest, just arriving home. So my attack speed is up to 74, and then instead of elixir barbs, I can run advantage, which gives me an extra 15%. So I can run the advantage, which gives me 15% increase attack speed. So that leaves me sort of about 10% shy. Pardon me. That's arbiter stuff. So I've got an attack speed 1 here. I could use this attack speed. That's a possibility. And that should get me up. Yeah, 86. My toughness has went down a wee bit, but I'm running Doombringer, so it's not a major issue.
There is power in these stones.
And my block chance is 100%, so current bonus is 283%, which is max. It's not too bad. And that would mean my castle glyph should be half decent. Yep, castle glyph is half decent. Right, let's have a little tinker with this.
I'll keep my forge hot.
Is there anything I want to change away? Physical resistance. Let's see if we can actually get a... We need this chance to make enemies vulnerable. Yeah, we need this actually. Because we're not really making anything vulnerable right now. If we had the wings on arbiter, then vulnerable is easy peasy. Come on. Ah, heavens. This is the RNG. Please, please, please. There we go. Right, finally.
I forged more
And then
horseshoes
tampering.
nails. What'd you need?
So we're going to be replacing this one probably. So let's think. Damage to judged. Vulnerable damage. But all that out sort of 65%. Resource. Don't really need chance. We could do chance to. We don't. We're not using any resources though. This is the thing. Now, if we're running skills, that would be different. But we're not running any skills in this build. Holy damage. Crit strike. Okay, that just rolled as a GA. Okay, we'll keep that, I think.
More there than the start.
I think I'll let's see. So my attack speed is a little bit less. 96% attack speed that would be. So maybe I actually go for a GA on the attack speed.
Greetings. How shall I guide my hammer? There.
And there we go. So it rolled on the attack speed. So the attack speed is actually now the same.
You lose a little ass to dust.
Which means 80, yeah. So when I take, it's 100%. Right, let's see what sanctification we can get on this. Before we do that, has it got the right? We don't want Vehement Brawler on here. We're not doing any Arbiter skills. Creeping Death. We're not... It's interesting, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Holy and fire damage, that could be an interesting.
Impeccable.
It's not a skill, it's an aura. That's interesting. But I think I'll keep the one I've just put on. We don't really have a barrier too much. Fortified, yes, but not barrier. Smiting, you have 23% crit strike chance against injured while you're healthy, and we're healthy 99% of the time. You gain 45% no. Basic skills, no. We're not spending skills. No. I think we're good the way we are.
May your road
Right,
be filled
so
with wonders.
let's do a little sanctification, see what happens here. Upgrade you to a greater affix. Okay. Fine. So let's go see what this can do.